So, are you ready to talk about Phase 4?
Phase 4 of what?
Marvel.
What do you mean Marvel?
Cinematic Universe, Phase 4, you know.
They've made more?
Yeah, man.
I thought it was over.
It's never going to be over.
They made a movie called Endgame.
That doesn't matter. It's
But-
never going to be over because Disney is going to keep making money forever and ever. And they'll keep going and we'll be dead and nothing will matter.
So,
Are you introing?
I was trying to.
Oh, okay. Who are you again?
I don't know.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not. I have some problems.
Damn it. I thought you were going to be like, how do you not know me? And then I'll be like, now you know how it feels. But now it doesn't matter because I ruined it.
Yes, you did. Never forget, I'm 2 steps ahead of you all the time.
Right. Welcome to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill. Today we're talking about Marvel Phase 4 as kind of like a discussion of thoughts, feelings, where it possibly is going, and other things. So, Bill, how would you like to start Marvel Phase 4 discussion?
Well, firstly, I'd like to say you're such a maestro with words.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, Phase 4. I mean, can't believe this shit's still going on.
Yes.
I'm not really sure what's going on. We had like a long break after Phase 3 because of the incident.
Yeah, and I feel like that break helped Marvel a lot because if that break didn't exist, I think I would feel more sick of it.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think anything's been bad, but it's just like, I think we've just had too much.
We've had 9 things.
9 things in 1 year, and that's probably because of backlog of 2020,
Kind
obviously.
of, yeah. There's a backlog, but this year's not going to be any different.
Yeah, it was weird because last year, Wanda Vision came out. It was like, oh, Marvel's back, like.
And it's a show now. What?
And you felt good, and you're like, oh, I missed the MCU logo, and WandaVision was pretty good for the most part, and then it just kept going.
It's like, okay, yeah, all right, Falcon, Winter Soldier, all right, more Marvel. Okay, Loki, okay, Black Widow, okay, Eternals, oh God.
Marvel is like really good pizza. That first slice is amazing, that you want another slice. That second slice is pretty good. You're like, you know what, I'll just have one more slice. But then you eat that 4th slice and you're like, I shouldn't have done that. And then you eat that 5th slice and you're like, well, there's only 3 left. And then you're like sick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel with Marvel right now. We had too much Marvel.
Yeah. Because there was too much.
Yeah.
4 movies. How many shows? I even lost track.
4 movies, 5 shows.
My God.
And I think the biggest problem with Phase 4, and not to say any of it was really, like, at least bad for me. I know you have feelings on some of the other stuff, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, just some of it.
Yeah. It's like Phase 1, we knew what they were building up to.
Yeah, the Avengers. That was it.
And then after the Avengers, we knew Thanos.
Yeah, and well, Phase 2 kind of felt a little unfocused, but it was also really short.
Yeah, and it was just like Infinity Stones, okay.
Okay, we're getting we meet in a couple of Infinity Stones. We saw one in space. We saw one with Thor in the ether in that boring Dark World movie.
Yeah.
And we punch a robot real quick, and now we're in the next phase.
Yeah.
Which was really long.
So Phase 4 is kind of like, what are we building to? We got the end scene of Shang-Chi that alluded to something out in space that nobody knows about. We know about, like, Nick Fury's in space doing something.
With the Skrulls, we have evil Elaine Bennis recruiting people for purposes that are nefarious, no doubt. Then we have the multiverse shenanigans.
Yeah, it's like, what's happening? Is it just like, Marvel's kind of like, what do you guys like? We're just throwing things against the wall and seeing what happens.
If they like the multiverse stuff, we'll do Secret Wars. If they like the cosmic stuff, we'll do, I don't know, what's a cosmic Marvel event that's just space stuff?
Infinity Gauntlet.
Shit, we already did that. What do we do? Galactus.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It just feels like you're watching the Marvel movies, but you're not really building up to anything, and maybe that's not a bad thing, but when you have so many of these things, you're kind of like...
Where's the forward momentum? Right now,
Yeah.
the one constant I do see at the very least is, okay, we're getting a lot of new characters. There's a lot of next generation heroes being introduced. We have a new Black Widow, the next Hawkeye, the new Captain America. We have a boring group of nobodies that I hope we never see again.
Harsh.
I stand by it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird because it's like almost like this is like the phase to kind of like rebuild up the MCU, but it doesn't really feel like that to me that much.
It doesn't. Because on one hand, it's like, all right, we're expanding some of the cosmic stuff, which they said they were going to do, and we're actually finally putting a focus on some street level stuff again, which you haven't seen since the Netflix stuff, which I guess may or may not be canon, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, we don't know.
If you ask Vincent D'Onofrio, he says yes, and I'm not going to doubt him because he might smash my head in a car door.
That's true. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, like... We talked about quite a few of the shows on this podcast already. So.
Links in the description.
Yeah. I guess...
The main one we didn't talk about was Wanda Vision because, well, we just weren't doing this yet.
Yeah. And Wanda Vision was pretty good. I don't know, like, a full review. It's just like, I guess, like, yeah, we liked it. It was fine.
It was pretty cool and interesting. It also just randomly turns into a Marvel movie in the last 2 episodes.
I think the problem for me that I'm kind of realizing is a lot of these Marvel shows don't really stick the landing for me.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, they all start pretty strong, but then they kind of just, like, fizzle out.
And a lot of them just have, like, those things. It's like, oh, why'd you do that? Why'd you do Ralph Boner? Why'd you make Loki make out with himself? Why'd you make the Eternals? Why'd you kill Kingpin, maybe?
Yeah, I mean... That makes me mad.
To be fair, he's probably not dead.
I know he's probably
We didn't
not
see
dead.
it happen. He's not dead. That moment happened in the comics, and he didn't die from that.
Okay, still.
He's going to show back up really mad in that Echo spinoff show.
It's like my head hurts now.
Now I'm just angrier. You better get yourself a lawyer, Echo.
Yeah. It's weird that they had Kingpin and then like immediately killed him, but
probably
whatever.
not.
I think Kingpin being in Hawkeye is probably not really the best thing for that show. It kind of like distracted from Hawkeye the whole time while I was watching because it's like, when's Kingpin showing up? When's Kingpin showing up? And then he finally showed up, and then I like stepped back, thought about it, and I'm like, having this random character show up in this show kind of just like ruined this show.
I didn't feel that.
I don't know. I felt like it probably would have been better off if like Kate Bishop's like not stepdad turned out to be the real villain or something.
That felt too obvious. I was kind of glad that they swerved away from that.
Yeah, but you would want to swerve for a character that like you've seen in the show. Like maybe if it was like that other tracksuit mafia guy helping Echo turned out to be the real guy.
I mean, he was also culpable.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I think maybe if they just kind of pulled back on him and maybe you only really see him at the end and you just set him up for future, maybe it would have landed a little better for most people. He didn't need to actively participate in the third act.
Yeah.
And like punch Kate Bishop. Like we didn't need that.
That's true. And I think like my larger thought with Phase 4, and it's more with the TVs than the movie, is the TV shows, at least in 2 cases, have had required homework in a weird way. Because we got Kingpin that shows up and they make a big deal, but at the same time, if you're like a person that doesn't know shit about this stuff, you're like, why is this a big deal?
He just seems kind of scary, and then he got shot in the head, I guess.
Yeah. And I think like the biggest one that's like, what the fuck is this, is the end of Loki, which I think we did already discuss how like Kang shows up at the end.
Yeah, you went on
just like, what the fuck?
You kind of went on a rant that
Yeah.
that the Marvel Universe is starting to get a little too inside-y.
Yeah. And I'm feeling that more and more with the TV shows. I mean, even Spider-Man No Way From Home, or No Way Home. No Way Home, whatever. Why'd they name it like that?
I don't know. I keep getting them mixed up, too.
I liked the other Spider-Mans in the movie. It was fun, but at the same time, it was kind of like weird.
Look, at this point, they expect people to just you better just watch stuff.
Yeah.
We're not explaining to you. Fuck off.
Watch everything.
Even the stuff we didn't make 20 years ago.
Because the movies have become the comics now.
It's starting to get to that point.
Yeah. Like when the Falcon as Captain America movie comes out, it's going to be like, wait, why is Falcon Captain America? It's just like, oh, well, I guess Steve gave him the shield at the end of Endgame. Well, actually...
There was some doubt on his part and some uncertainty. He gave the shoot to the Smithsonian, but then they gave it to this other guy who went cuckoo bananas.
Yeah. And I think I did say that in our other podcast, but,
Yes.
like, whatever. Phase 4. It's weird.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. But I guess, like, where do you think we're going with this? Because they just announced Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight, we finally have a date for. And looking at the stuff that we have in the pipeline, it's so all over the place.
Yeah.
Because we got some space stuff with your Secret Invasions. We got space wacky stuff with Thor 4, Thor some more, and Guardians 3.
I guess this year we're getting Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Thor 4, and Wakanda Forever.
Yes. We're down to just 3 movies this year.
Yeah. Which I guess that's slightly better.
However, we have Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and possibly Secret Invasion. And I don't know if What If Season 2 drops this year.
I would assume that might take longer because it's animated.
Yeah, but if they've been working on it,
That's true.
it's not like they only started working on it when the season ended.
There's not a show like that that's animated out there.
The Simpsons?
I was thinking Invincible, where they're like, we're doing season 2 and 3. It's like, is season 2 coming out this year? No, we just started working on it. Like literally 2 weeks ago. As of this recording of this podcast.
Yeah, well, that's different,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Marvel's like a factory. They're always like, oh, we're working on it anyway. Shut up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Sequel's already halfway filmed.
that's true. I mean, they're the best in the business of that. Like, they know how to make movies. And
You know, I mean, I guess it might be part of Phase 4, Fantastic Four. Maybe we're just building up to the Fantastic Four.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's weird too because, the Moon Knight trailer came out this week.
Right?
We briefly discussed it, but like everybody's talking about how different it looks, and I'm like, my thought is like, I can't wait to see how this looks completely different than a Marvel thing, but then turns out to be exactly a Marvel thing. Kind of like the last thing that looked so different from a Marvel movie, and then just was a Marvel movie, except slightly slower pace. It's not a bad thing, but...
well, when your characters are boring and uninteresting, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
But that could also be true of Wanda Vision. Look at this weird, interesting, it's like she's jumping through sitcoms. Look how strange this is. Oh, now she's just flying through the sky throwing laser beams at another person.
Yeah. And granted, if they did do something like drastically different, I don't know how we'd react to that, because it's like, why'd you make it like that? That's not what we meant by different.
It's hard to tell, because while Marvel's not doing anything different, we're getting different elsewhere.
That's true.
Like Peacemaker, that's very different.
Very different.
The Suicide Squad was very different.
Yeah.
It's a couple years ago already, but Joker was very different.
Yeah.
Several years back, Logan.
Yeah.
Marvel will never make Logan.
I guess the thing is, like, Marvel is feeling... You're feeling more of the formula for the Marvel stuff than usual, just because there's so many things that...
It's too many things.
You're kind of like, oh, I kind of, like, understand, like, the Marvel playbook that a lot of people, like, kind of complained about online, where it's just like, yeah, their movies are not bad. I usually enjoy watching them, but they are feeling kind of samey now.
A little bit. It doesn't help that we're replacing characters with just the same character but tweaked slightly. It's like Hawkeye, he's probably going to be going away soon, so we need another Hawkeye, but this time it's a girl. Captain America's gone, so we get a new Captain America, except he's got a jetpack.
Yeah, I would say out of all the new characters they introduced this year, probably my favorite, without a doubt, is Shang-Chi. He's kind of like...
I mean, he's the most different.
He's different than the other heroes. Like, his movie's still like a regular Marvel movie, but like it's like, hey, he's like a martial arts master, and
he's not like Yelena and Kate Bishop, who are the new Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
He's not he's not replacing anyone. He's like, I'm here now.
Yeah, he's his own thing.
I'm a martial arts guy with magic rings or something.
Yeah, and I guess like that's the thing about Phase 4 is like the legacy hero thing. can be cool, but at the same time, maybe you should have gone with like just being like, hey, like, why don't we introduce some like different heroes you've never even seen, like in the Marvel universe?
Yeah, I'm not big on the legacy heroes from either Marvel or DC. I just think they devalue the original heroes because, I mean, look, we're already getting like Lady Thor this year.
Yeah.
And is there anyone else that I'm not even thinking of? I don't think She-Hulk counts as a legacy character.
She is very different than
She's
Hulk.
she's like an offshoot,
Yeah.
but it's like another Hulk,
Yeah. Spin-off.
I guess.
I mean, Moon Knight.
Distaff counterpart, I believe
Yeah,
is the
Moon
term.
Knight is a pretty different hero.
Yeah, that's something different.
We will see how that's executed. I mean, like Oscar Isaac is pretty good.
Miss Marvel's a weird thing because she's a legacy hero in the comics, but not technically in the MCU.
Yeah, she's a legacy hero, but at the same time, she's not connected to Captain Marvel.
No, but she took
at
her old
all.
name, but Carol never used that name.
Yeah.
Hell, she technically really never used Captain Marvel. She's
Yeah.
called that once in a Spider-Man movie.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, it's like it's like with Wonder Woman. It took the Snyder cut to actually say Wonder Woman.
Huh.
But it never gets mentioned in either Wonder Woman movie.
That's so weird.
Maybe it'll come up in the Marvels or Miss Marvel. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's weird too because we know we're getting Blade eventually.
Yeah, maybe we'll see him next time.
Yeah. And it's like, that's pretty exciting. We know we're getting the Fantastic Four. It's like, can Marvel actually make a good Fantastic Four movie?
It'd be hilarious if even they can't.
I mean, I'd argue the ones from the 2000s are fine. Like, I like those movies, but, you know, I can see the problems with them. But,
I could see the problems with some of these Marvel movies that have been coming out.
indeed. And I guess, you know, we are getting Wolverine eventually and Deadpool.
They keep telling us with that Deadpool 3.
Yeah, and what's going to be the deal with that? Is that
I don't
gonna
know.
be connected?
Is it
that
gonna
be like its own thing? Is it going to be rated R?
They keep saying it's going to be rated R. I'm like, so is this just going to be in the MCU now? Is it going to just, the last remnant of the Fox Marvel universe is just going to be Deadpool 3?
I don't know. That'd be ridiculous if they were like, all right, like you guys can do whatever you want with any of the Fox characters.
Weird. Oh no. The things they would do.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I don't know what Deadpool 3 will be like. I mean, also, it's going to have quite a bit of a gap, I guess.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything about it. We don't know when they're shooting it.
They hired some writers last year, and that's like kind of the last we heard about it. The one glimmer of hope that we got towards it actually happening was the ad for Free Guy where Deadpool and Korg did a trailer reaction. I was like, okay, Marvel let that happen.
Yeah.
So okay, this might actually happen.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi are in a movie together. Might as well do their Marvel characters.
I guess that's one way to introduce Deadpool sort of into the Marvel universe.
Yeah. It's weird too because, you know, there's not really too many other new heroes coming out. Like all the heroes we've seen before in some sort of form. Like really Shang-Chi was like something totally different. We never saw that character ever on film. And like Moon Knight is also a character we've never seen on film. Same thing with She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. But when it comes to the movies, it's like, this will be a new version of the Fantastic Four, but we have seen the Fantastic Four.
In multiple iterations.
We've seen the X-Men before. I mean, granted, there are like 200 plus X-Men characters that we've never seen. I seriously doubt they would be like, we're doing X-Men with no X-Men, whatsoever.
That's
a bad idea.
Yeah. It would be brazen enough to not do Wolverine right away, but to be like, hey, you know how like you like Professor X and Cyclops and Storm and Nightcrawler and Colossus? We're not doing any of them. We're doing, I don't know, Siren.
The Forge. It's like, that doesn't make
Morph.
sense. Yeah, I can't even think of like some of like the weirder X-Men.
Who's that guy who's got like tech, who's like all like about tech? Oh, you said Forge.
Yeah, I said Forge. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like ones that haven't been on film, but they actually really did adapt a lot in the Fox movies.
Mean, X-Men Last Stand had a lot in the background.
And the whole bunch got thrown out there in that New Mutants movie nobody saw.
Yeah. Gotta see that one day.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a thing.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think I mean, right now they're playing a lot of stuff close to the chest.
Yeah.
It does seem like, I mean, I guess we've never seen the Eternals before. That was new.
Yeah.
But it was kind of, I think I described it as they swung 3 balls and then bunted to first base was my analogy.
Yeah, and you mentioned too, like how they're like knockoffs of knockoffs, technically.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, you got Flash powers, you have Superman powers.
Yeah.
You're not then none of them have interesting powers.
Yeah.
Nothing we haven't seen before.
And they killed off the best one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Gilgamesh was cool, and they're like, yeah, he dead.
Yeah, why kill the interesting, fun one when you can keep the boring ones?
Yeah.
I guess they got rid of one of the boring ones.
Yeah.
He flew into the sun.
Not Superman.
Icarus flew into the sun, Chris. Do you get it?
I do. But yeah.
Fucking the Eternals.
I guess like Eternals, it's weird. I don't think it's as different as a lot of people were making it seem to be.
No, it's got the same plot structure as the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. We have a whole podcast about Eternals. You could go watch it.
They're on a mission from God and they got to get the band back together. It's the same story structure.
Yeah.
Freaking. And then they just meander for 2 hours.
Right.
Oh, you shot on location instead of using green screens. You want a fucking cookie?
All right.
I'm just saying, they made a big deal about that. It's like, oh, you went outside? Great. Good job. You actually probably saved money doing that.
I guess that's true, huh? Yeah.
Hey, God. The things they pat themselves on the back for sometimes.
Oh, man.
It's like, oh, you have a deaf superhero. Cool. Oh, wait, they're all artificial automatons? Now it just raises questions why she's deaf. Why did they make her that way? Did she get damaged in battle? Oh, no, because she landed on Earth. She was already deaf. How does that work if they're not real? They're artificial.
That's true. They are weird robot people in that movie.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
It just raises questions. Look, I'm not saying don't have like a deaf character. That's fine. Just
Yeah,
don't.
we have Echo, and Echo actually was a new character and is pretty cool. I'm not sure how you're going to do a whole show about her, but...
I mean, I don't know. I can read subtitles, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I get annoyed with subtitles sometimes.
Well, it's just
it's
only her.
I'm slow at reading. This is going too fast for me. Wait, I gotta pause it now. Damn it! What happened? What did that guy just say?
Well, I mean,
But that's a personal problem.
I'm intrigued by the Echo series because Kingpin's probably going to be in it and be very mad.
Yeah.
And there's rumors that maybe Daredevil might show up again too. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll follow it. I like the street level stuff more than the cosmic stuff.
I really do too.
I don't really like Cosmic Marvel. I think Cosmic Marvel kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like the only Marvel space stuff I like are the ones that are wacky, like the Guardians movies and Thor Ragnarok. It's when the dumb Marvel space shit tries to take itself seriously is when I start rolling my eyes and cringing because they're so dumb and weird. How am I supposed to take that celestial guy seriously when his face looks like a traffic light?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to take that serious?
I mean, I think they already did kind of like one of the best space villains in Thanos already. So it's just like, what do you do next? I guess Galactus.
That's a downgrade in terms of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Thanos, I'm gonna wipe out half of all life across the universe. Galactus, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna eat one planet.
I'm gonna eat a planet.
It's like just one for now. Might get to another one later.
I might nibble on that one a little bit, but that'd just be Bravo.
It's like, oh, huh.
Well, can't you eat that other planet instead?
There's no life on it. It tastes bad.
Yeah, it's like I guess I could, but
I'm not
I'm
gonna.
not gonna do that.
No.
I like blue. Blue tastes good. It's like Neptune's blue. That's not blue. It's
That's aqua.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's greenish blue.
Oh god. Don't get me wrong. I want to see Galactus, but I don't think he's like a series-wide villain just in terms of what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Like he's not like Infinity Saga, multiple movies. Okay, I don't know. That's the problem when you start with wipes out half of all life in
Yeah.
the entire universe. You can't go higher than that unless you threaten the multiverse, which they already blew their wad with in What If.
I guess, yeah, because they had the one of what was he called?
Infinity Ultron is what he's referred to as.
Right.
And he like destroyed universes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a pretty big threat.
Yeah,
And they killed him.
Yeah, he's done. That probably would have been something more interesting in live action, but that's the scale problem.
Yeah, and I guess there's that Kang guy that is around in many forms still.
Yay.
I've always thought Kang is like a stupid villain.
He looks weird and dumb.
He does look dumb.
I mean, the guy did his okay performance in that show where people just sit around in rooms having conversations instead of doing interesting time travel stuff.
Yeah.
And then Loki makes out with a version of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Marvel's been weird this past year.
Yeah, it started off like good with like Wanda Vision, and then you're like, oh, Marvel's back. I'm so excited, and then it was like Black Widow, and it was just like, yeah, that was okay. And
I'm trying to think of like, did every Marvel thing have at least one thing that made me go, ugh? Because like with WandaVision, there was like two things. I kind of saw the Ralph Boner thing coming, and I was annoyed by it. But probably the bigger story problem, I think, is like at the end when, was it Monica Rambeau, who's just like, these people never know what you gave up for them, Wanda. And I'm just like, she did terrible things to them for an extended period of time. She has traumatized this entire community. They have every right to hate her. She is a monster.
Yeah.
Why are you forgiving her so quickly and easily?
That evil witch showed up because she was doing bad things.
Yes!
She didn't cause her to do bad things.
And then I have my Taskmaster issues with Black Widow.
Right.
I don't think I have any particular quibbles with Shang-Chi.
I think Shang-Chi was legitimately good.
Like I said, I don't really have any, nothing really that jumps out at me, no. There was everything with the Eternals.
Right.
All the stuff we mentioned, the weird automaton stuff, the boringness, the bad post-credit scenes, off-screen Blade. So stupid.
Yeah.
The fact that they smugly talked up the movie is like, this is something special. This is big, grand, epic. And then it's just, oh, they're in the woods. They're fighting in the woods.
It's like, this is an epic movie. It's unlike anything we've ever done before. Oh, wait, no. It's exactly like everything we've done before.
Yeah. And, Hawkeye had the Kingpin quibble.
Yeah. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier had the whole, like...
The Flag Smasher girl was kind of a...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we're fighting this, like, girl at the end instead of, like,
But
US
it's like,
agent.
we're supposed to, like, sympathize with her, but she's, like, trying to murder innocent people.
Yeah,
and
she's a terrorist.
she's a psychopath. And you're... Like, what are we supposed to do? I'm on the side of the sad U.S. agent guy. I'm not on her side. I hope she dies. Yay, she did die.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to make people feel sympathetic for a terrorist.
Yeah, like, especially when it's like, whatever reasonable points she might have made are completely undermined by the, murdering.
Yeah, like murdering innocent people that have nothing to do with any of this bullcrap and are just trying to live their lives.
Seriously. Fuck that noise.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a problem if Sam wasn't just like, I could save this person who's already completely gone off the deep end even before I really met her.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not the best foot forward for the new Captain America to be that naive.
I guess. I mean, like it's supposed to be like, Sam can see the good in everybody.
I guess.
Like a Superman type of thing.
True, but even Superman would just be like, okay, I have to just take this person out. Not necessarily kill, but like...
You're going to jail.
Yeah, you gotta take her down.
You'll get therapy and stuff, but you're going to jail.
Yeah, like stop holding back, knock her on her ass, and put some power dampening cuffs on her.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
And...
we already talked about Loki.
And then Spider-Man...
Spider-Man.
I'm good.
Spider-Man was pretty good, but I will say, like, it was good because of fan service.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Service me.
I demand fan service.
Spider-Man No Way Home is the movie that gave everybody what they wanted.
That's true.
And it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know what else we can really talk about for the future of Phase 4, just because we don't really know too much besides like the little tidbits of the shows we've seen and we've already discussed.
Yeah, like I don't know what else is coming in Phase 4 other than, because we mentioned the Marvels, Guardians 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I guess Ironheart, Armor Wars. There's some kind of Wakanda series.
Oh yeah.
That's all part of Phase 4. And Secret Invasion.
I totally forgot there's an Ironheart show and a War Machine show coming out.
Yep.
It's weird too, because Ironheart is a pretty new character, like even newer than Miss Marvel.
A lot of these characters are freaking new.
Yes.
That's becoming a thing. Like even newer characters are just getting adaptions over characters who have been around for decades.
I mean, to be fair, Miss Marvel was like a new character that hit pretty big.
Yeah.
But I don't really know the reception of Ironheart. I've heard from some people that like it got better, but I know when she initially debuted, people were like kind of like, this is kind of dumb. But I think it did get better over time, and I guess it has enough of a fan base that they're like, give it a TV show.
Or they'd just be like, we'll make it work.
That's true too.
Like, I know they gave her a better costume, I think, too. Because I think originally she had that weird one with like the heart shape thing.
Right, and now that she's just all different Avengers.
Yeah, and now I think she's just got, it's just an Iron Man suit.
Which is fine. It's like an Iron Man suit, looks pretty cool, so.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I think they probably did that, because it's like, well, Iron Man's gone, so Ironheart, you're the new Iron person, I guess.
Yeah, because we do have War Machine, but
Don Cheadle's up there.
I guess so.
And we doubled down on Spider-Man being the next Iron Man in Spider-Man Far From Home. Everyone got super mad, so we did a complete 180 and just threw him out there on his own in a homemade suit and just let him be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because people got mad at us.
Yeah, because just like, why isn't Spider-Man Spider-Man?
Because they really, like, they went all in Far From Home, and they just pulled a complete 180 in No Way Home.
It is very weird.
I'm fine with it.
Me too. Don't get me wrong. Like, the ending of that movie is great, where it's like, Spider-Man is finally Spider-Man. It took 3 movies, but we're finally there. And
he's on his own, he's poor, and he's sad.
We'll see what happens next. If the same actor comes back, you know.
Dude,
I know.
He's getting a mad payday. He's coming back.
They're always like on like interviews being like, I don't know, I don't want to play Spider-Man in my 30s.
That's how you get the pay raises.
Yeah.
Look at Daniel Craig. Every Bond movie after Casino Royale, he was like, I don't know if I want to come back. And every time, giant check. He's like, I'm coming back.
Dump truck of money.
He is so rich now.
Yeah, it's true. So, yeah. I don't know what else. I guess.
I guess we could just do some other real quick highlights.
Okay.
Favorite villain?
Man. Favorite villain? I'm trying to think, like, what villains were there this season?
Well, I can tell you what mine is. Green Goblin.
I just want to kill you myself. Attaboy.
I was going to say that, but I was like, does that even count?
He's in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a cheat.
It is a cheat.
Because I'm like, let's face it, it's not Taskmaster, it's not Flag Smasher Girl.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, Mandarin was okay, but like at the same time, it's like, was he a villain? He's
Yes.
kind of being manipulated by that thing.
Look, he could still be a villain and not be the mainish villain.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'd have to say Green Goblin. Yeah, I don't know.
And you mentioned your favorite new hero was Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I'm kind of at a crossroad between Yelena and Kate Bishop. I kind of really like both of them.
Yelena was pretty good.
Yeah.
She's really fun. I mean, that scene in Hawkeye with her and the macaroni and the hot sauce is pretty good.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, when she fights Kate Bishop, she's clearly not even really trying. Because it's just like, I will murder you so quickly. You're just like an annoyance. You're like a teensy fly.
Like, would you stop?
Yeah. But
Worst new hero.
worst new hero.
Want me to give you mine first?
I'd probably say Icarus, but he died.
I'm just going to say the Eternals. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike the movie as much as you do.
I've grown to dislike it more and more since we saw it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it was like one of those things where I'm like, I think after we saw it, like 2 days later, I was kind of like thinking about it. I was like, man, I was way too soft on that movie. I was too nice.
Yeah.
Should have been madder.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, worst new hero. Yeah, I guess so. Unless, like, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that was, like, worse than, like, Icarus, but...
Another one of the Eternals?
Yeah, that Druid guy was kind of annoying, too.
Some of those, he's barely in the movie. I can't even remember much of what he did.
Yeah.
Let's see, worst villain.
I hate to say it, but, like, weird monster man from the Eternals that, like, literally was just like, why are you still fighting them?
I can give you that one.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, it's that guy, or it's Flag Smasher Girl, or I don't know.
Sylvie.
Is that what Taskmaster's real name?
No, it's the
Oh, yeah, Lady Loki.
Lady Loki.
Was she a villain?
I mean, I guess not.
I guess she was an anti-hero.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go with Taskmaster just out of sheer disappointment.
I'm just going to go with...
What a waste of a character.
Actually, I'm just going to go with Kane because, like, what the fuck? Like, he just shows up at the end and it's just like, am I supposed to know who this is?
Okay. Best post-credit scene.
I'd have to say Shang-Chi. Because it's fun with them finding out something in space, and then it's just like the whole scene with them and Wong being like, we could get some rest, or...
I might have to agree with you because of the karaoke scene.
Yeah.
Because of how funny that was.
Yeah.
I might have to go with that just on humor alone because there was no really super going ooh setups. But that, I for a good belly laugh, I'll definitely go with that one.
I don't even remember what the end of Spider-Man's was. Oh, wait, it was Tom Hardy being like, wait, what happened? And then he disappears.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
there was, what was the other one?
I don't remember. I just remember the Tom Hardy one, and it's kind of it.
Shit, there was another one.
There was another one.
There's always two.
Oh,
What the fuck was it?
I don't know.
Wasn't there?
I just remember the Tom Hardy one.
No, there had to have been another one.
I just remember Tom Hardy, and then...
Oh, wait, it was a trailer.
Oh, yeah, it's the Multiverse of Madness
Yeah, it was a
trailer.
Doctor Strange trailer. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
That was just a trailer. Worst post-credit scene.
I don't... I'm trying to think. Like, oh, wait, obvious. Man, this is bad. Like, Eternals, the troll guy, and I'm Star Fox. It's like, what? Star Fox?
Yeah, and the horrible CGI, and the second one in that movie also off-screen Blade. That was such bullshit.
Yeah.
Though I have to give special mention to Hawkeye for the lump of coal I got for Christmas in that they gave the entire musical number from the Steve Rogers musical, and I fucking hate musicals.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I do say, like, maybe it went on a little too long.
Because it was the whole song.
Yeah.
I think the idea was, Merry Christmas, here's the whole number.
I think
but for me, it was like,
people really liked it, though.
yeah, but for me, it was like, fuck you, here's the whole number.
Yeah.
The one thing that they could have did to save that scene for me is at the end of the number, when the audience is clapping, you cut to the crowd, and Scott Lang is there with a big smile on his face.
That would have been pretty good.
That would have been great. That would have saved it for me.
Yeah.
But, I never found myself skipping through a Marvel post-credit scene. I was like, no,
Wow,
no.
that bad.
I hate musicals. I hate them.
Oh, man.
Singing and dancing. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, it's a personal thing. It's hard to explain. It's a long story.
I think it was fine. But yeah, definitely the Eternals one was the worst.
I mean, that's the worst Marvel movie from last year by a long stretch.
I guess like the second worst would just be like Loki will return in season 2. Ah!
More of this? No! I mean, I think that's my least favorite of the Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Actually, no.
Just because of the Loki love fest. That was weird. Why'd they do that?
It's between Loki and Hawkeye for me.
I don't know. I'm pretty positive on Hawkeye, honestly.
I don't know why.
I have like some quibbles with the Kingpin thing, but I'm mostly fine with it because I'm like, he's not dead.
I don't know.
fine.
Maybe it was like some other stuff, but like I felt myself like I don't know why Hawkeye just seemed like hard to watch and like kind of boring for me sometimes.
I don't know. I was cool with it.
Yeah, and it might have just been because this was like the 9th thing we got that like I was just like kind of like I've seen enough.
I get
done.
that.
Like too much, and I might have just like been feeling the fatigue from all the stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After Eternals, I did feel like, oh no, I think Marvel fatigue is real, and I'm feeling it hard.
Yeah.
They better be careful.
Yeah.
There was too much stuff this year, and last year, and there's too much stuff coming this year.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we don't have anything till March.
True.
Though I think as soon as Moon Knight wraps, Doctor Strange comes out. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Cameos.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Moon Knight looks interesting. It's a weird character.
Yeah.
From what that trailer seems like, it's kind of like a completely different version than the comics. I've heard people say it's like combining all the different comic versions. I don't know too much about him besides like the bare minimum.
I read one comic with Moon Knight in it, and I don't remember it.
Yeah. I just know like he has multiple identities, but I know sometimes it's just he just has like different personas he uses to get places and investigate stuff like Batman, and then other times it's like no, he's crazy and he actually like has like identity disorder and thinks he is those people.
And I think that's what they're doing with this. I actually thought it was kind of interesting that they played up that in the trailer when it's just like, my name is Steven, my name is Steven. Mark, where are you? Who's Mark?
Yeah. We'll see what happens with it.
And that's probably not his real voice either with the British accent. Mark Spector personality's probably got a different accent.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Probably just sounds like Oscar Isaac.
maybe. Yeah, I was surprised to see it take place in London because I was like, I thought Moon Knight was in New York, and maybe they're just like, we got too many things that happen in New York.
That's why they moved Iron Man to Malibu.
Yeah.
Because everything in Marvel's in New York because Stan Lee was lazy.
Yeah, that's where he lived.
Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
I'm just going to write Fifth Avenue again, Jack.
New York's a big place. It's got like 8 million people.
Yeah, there needs to be like 47 superheroes here.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was our weird discussion of Phase 4 so far. And
Where's it going? Who knows?
yeah,
When's it going to stop? Who the fuck
never.
knows? It has to stop eventually.
I guess Phase 4 will stop, and then Phase 5.
Oh, fuck.
And then there'll be Phase 6.
Oh, God.
Then Phase 7. And then just when we thought it was over, there'd be Phase 8. It's going to be like Phase 10.
At what point which phase do you think has to hard reboot the Marvel Universe?
I guess when they finally run out of like characters, or either that or, well, they've killed characters, so they can't just like have it keep going and then just be like, hey, Iron Man's back because we got a new guy playing Iron Man.
Yeah, they kind of wrote themselves into a corner with that.
But they do have that multiverse now.
Yeah, that's true. And they also have the option of like, hey, look, Steve Rogers was an old man. He's young again, but now he looks like this guy.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Shut up.
Yeah. It would be weird. Like, they could, like, pivot without, like, totally rebooting, just being, say, like we've made movies in the MCU, but now we're going to be exploring this other universe. But maybe the old heroes will show up.
Or you do like a weird, like, oh, the universe ended, but it's restarted. It's like, oh, man, everything's a little weird and a little different now. Hey, who's that frozen in ice? We found Captain America again.
Yeah, it's weird. It would be weird if the Marvel movies end up doing what the DC comics do. Because the Marvel comics have technically never fully rebooted.
Nope.
But DC has rebooted many times. And it would be weird for Marvel.
In story, though.
Yeah.
Like, they've always rebooted in story with
That's what I could see with the movies, though.
Crisis on Infinite Marvel.
Yeah.
My God.
We'll see.
There's only so many times you could pass a mantle on before it gets too diluted.
That's true.
Like, how many versions of Captain America could we possibly have before it's just like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess that's it.
Yep. So, enjoy what's come from Phase 4 so far, just don't watch Eternals.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I think I do think that movie was fine, but you do make a strong argument of like, wait a minute, this movie's actually bad.
It might be the first Marvel movie I don't even own.
Yeah.
Because it's up for, the Steelbook's up for pre-order. I don't need it, do I? And I don't think I'm going to get it. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, on that note, I guess this is the Out of Touch podcast. Thanks for watching if you actually got this far.
Yeah, we kind of went off on some weird tangents.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. The Eternals isn't very good.
If you want to see Bill talk more positively about the Eternals, watch our review about it. Okay, good night.